The BBC across the Channel Islands. Is Darcy Kelly with you. It's 4:15. Following the Guernsey concert for Ukraine in May, the Jersey community of Ukrainians are welcoming Miss Elena Fedorenko, a Guernsey-based pianist and composer, along with a company of musicians to perform a concert at the Town Hall in Jersey next week. Jonathan Bates is the founder of Huanui Music Company, and he joins me now alongside Lyra Everett from the Associations of Ukraine's. Jonathan, hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm really well, thanks, Darcy. By the way, that's Town Church, not Town Hall.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much for correcting me. Good. Thank you very much. At least you got it right.
No worries.
So, firstly, Jonathan, tell me a little bit about the concert you're putting on in Jersey next week then.
Okay, so this concert is based in classical music. It is a 1 hour or so recital. It's very much curated by our Ukrainian pianist, Elena Fedorenko. We're invited to come, having heard about what we did in Guernsey, just to remember and recall some of the things that are going on in Ukraine at the moment, to express through music what it's very difficult to express in words in many respects. So the music ranges from that of composers like J.S. Bach, George Handel, right through to modern composers such as Astor Piazzolla, which is slightly tango, a lot then through to modern composers, Astrud Perduto, who's in the neoclassical style, and as well, Elena will offer some of her own compositions, all designed, laid together in a way, often with minor signature keys to invite us to reflect. Then the company of musicians playing different instruments to support that mission.
I mean, this follows the success of Guernsey's concert for Ukraine in May. For those that missed it, can you remind us a little bit more about what that was like?
Well, it was extremely respectful of the point of the concert. It was somber, but it was uplifting towards the end with the pieces by Piazzolla. It welcomed a whole diverse community of Guernsey people to the wonderful environment of Town Church Guernsey, which I'm sure will be matched or superseded by that in Town Church in Jersey, although somewhat smaller, I understand. And that wide range of people was joined by our small Ukrainian community of 30 people or so who have got family connections, who did at their point of time, and they came together and joined members of the local community to hear extremely talented Ukrainian-born and educated pianist and composer lead some music to celebrate, not celebrate, but to remember what's going on in her particular country.
Yeah, and tell me a bit more about that. Miss Elena Fedorenko, she is the inspiration behind the concerts. Tell me a little bit more about her.
Well, we did Prayers for Ukraine, and she has been the on for about a year, and I helped her pay some pieces at the end. She was born in Alexandria, which is just west of the Dnieper. She was educated in Moscow in music and then in cinema and film to an undergraduate level, would you believe, in Moscow before returning, and St. Petersburg, before returning to Ukraine and going to the Odessa Academy of Music. And Odessa has been used substantially recently. And having done that, she then was accepted and did her postgraduate degree in accompaniment and performance in piano at the Royal Academy of Music in London. Having finished that and worked for a year or so, she took a position in Guernsey. And she teaches extremely well and composes and performs in Guernsey.
Sounds like a very talented woman indeed. And there'll be also some Jersey musicians featured as well. Who will be joining the lineup, the classical lineup in Jersey?
Yeah, this is a company of musicians who all play locally in different capacities. We start with Nicole Wyatt, who's a professional musician in her own right and teaches privately a lot. She's a Guernsey girl through and through. Elizabeth Gill, talented cellist who works in the finance industry but performs with Elena and Nicole, who are friends, in a piano trio. And then we're joined by two young musicians who are very talented in their own right. They're 15 and 16. One is Sam Cole, who's at Elizabeth College. He's head of the second desk in the National Youth Orchestra in Great Britain on the violin, but would you believe he's played piano in this particular concert. His teacher is Elena Fedorenko, and those that go will be able to see what that teacher can bring out in a young man who's a good musician. And finally, George Walker, who offers us organ. He's organ scholar at Town Church, and is extremely lucky to have Stephen the Prevost, our head of music at Town Church, as his teacher. And that's the Guernsey component. And then we really wanted to welcome and join with a Jersey musician, because we had some singing and we wanted to have voice. And so Esther Shea, who was Jersey raised, and she's been brought to my attention through a connection with her coach and mentor, Jane Highfield. She's been sponsored by the John Lobb Trust, as I understand it, through her schooling days, and then left the island to go to a music academy school in the UK with the benefit of the coaching that was sponsored through Jersey. And she will return from the Royal Northern College and perform 3 beautiful arias and really bring together Jersey, or St. Helier and St. Peterborough, really, because that's where the town churches are from, in a musical celebration, which is very much kindly invited by our friends that Lyra represents, the Ukrainian Association of People in Jersey.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of very talented people. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Over to Lyra, who works for the Association of Ukrainians in Jersey. Hi, Lyra, how are you?
Hi, Darcy. Good afternoon, everyone here in Jersey and in Guernsey.
We are all really aware of what is currently happening in Ukraine, but why are concerts like this so important?
I would say there are several reasons behind it. Firstly, I personally feel that music and art make people feel and think, and it speaks any language, so you have no border. And it's important for us to remember that it's not stopped, it's continuing, and it's actually much worse. There are more people dying now. And also another thing is that people don't really know about Ukrainian culture, so we're trying to introduce the beauty of Ukrainian culture through music, through art, through embroidery, through food, through history, all this way. And also it's actually very good for community to come together and share these feelings, I feel. It's a strong message.
Yeah, definitely. So you're raising money. How does the fundraising for this particular concert work, and where does the money go to help?
Yeah, that's a very important question. But yes, of course. What we agreed to do, obviously, people in Jersey know about the Bailiff Appeal, which is managed by Jersey Overseas Aid Fund and very much aided by Side by Side charity. So also we will have we're introducing British Ukrainian Aid, which is a charity registered in England and Wales. It's been working for the last 8 years in UK and Ukraine, and it's been working with Minister of Health and Ministry of Defense in Ukraine, with various volunteering organizations. And we feel that we can split proceeds 50-50 between these two charities, so the funds are controlled, and we know that they're going for the good causes and very compliant causes as well.
Well, we hope you raise as much money as possible. Will you be performing in any way in the concert?
100 years ago, I did play piano for 8 years, but I don't think I would be. I wouldn't be able to anything now.
Oh, I'm sure you would do great if we got you on the piano. Many thanks to both Jonathan Bates, founder of Huani Music, and Lyra Eved, who works for the Association of Ukrainians in Jersey. The Concert of Ukraine will be at the Town Church, St. Helier, on Wednesday, the 6th of July. That is next Wednesday at 5:15, expected to last approximately 50 minutes. Tickets can be found for £20 on Eventbrite website.